Welcome back. We got another preview for y'all. You already know what it is. You know what time it is. It's the hoodie and the headband. Back with another college basketball preview, women's basketball preview. We got a big game ahead of us, man. This one's starting to become a rivalry as well, man. We've seen the last couple of years, these teams met in the national championship some years ago. We got Battle of the East, up north versus down south. Got UConn headed into South Carolina this weekend, man. It's a big game. Big game. Real big game. So much so they got on ESPN. What's time the game on ESPN? 2 o'clock, I think.
I believe so. Check.
Yeah. So right before the Super Bowl, got a Super Bowl of our own. You got this is my Super Bowl, damn it. It's my Super Bowl. UConn, South Carolina. South Carolina undefeated. Well, hopefully, because they do play Missouri the day that we're recording this. So
They're gonna be undefeated.
they should be
Respect.
on this South
Respect.
Carolina, respectfully. But got number 11 UConn headed into Columbia to face South Carolina, number one. Um, got two legendary coaches, two legendary programs. Yeah, I'm saying South Carolina's legendary. They making their way. They etching their name in the history books. Don got two of them things. Asia Wilson came from there. Got a lot of other great Gamecocks that came from there. It's a legacy that's getting built there. South Carolina just getting started. I feel like Tariq just waiting for me to start talking.
Nah, I'm letting you ride.
But yeah, man, got a great game. Um, this one should be fun. Fun game, fun in a fun atmosphere. Colonial Life Arena is one of the better atmospheres in women's college basketball. Um, like I said, you got the culture matchup. Um, got the player matchup too. You got players on both sides that can make plays and are electric. It's gonna be a sight to see, man. It's gonna be fun to watch, man. Tariq, how you doing? How you feel about this matchup?
Um, as a as a bystander and a women's basketball fan, it's gonna be fun to watch. As a UConn fan, not as gonna be, might not be that fun to watch.
Mm,
Um,
why that might be, sir.
Now the size matchup might not be as huge an issue without Cardoso, since
No.
she's playing with Brazil for the next 2 games, so she'll miss the Missouri game tonight. Well,
Mm.
she'll
This was
miss
the
the.
game on Thursday.
We're recording this on Thursday, so she'll miss that game and she'll miss the UConn game. So that could cause some issues for South Carolina, but I feel like they'll figure it out. You still have Ashlyn Watkins, Chloe Kitts, Sanaya Fagan, Sakima Walker. So they've still got a ton of size they can throw out there, and they're all more than capable. And then at the same time, like UConn just doesn't. UConn has Aaliyah Edwards playing the five.
Hmm.
Brady has come off the bench. She's
Hmm.
played pretty well the last couple of games, but Paige is playing the four. So we just saw her have to guard Maddie Westbrook. Maddie Westbrook have a really good game.
Yeah.
Now have to go guard Chloe Kitts. Chloe Kitts just had a really good game against the LSU team that had size.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's, they're gonna Ice Brady's probably gonna play a little bit more in this game. They'll probably have to change up something because I don't think a 4 guard lineup was gonna work against South Carolina. But pretty sure they still ran the 4 guard lineup against. Actually, no, they didn't because Aubrey Griffin wasn't injured yet. But I feel like they're gonna have to switch something up. There's no way they're gonna be able to run a 4 guard lineup against because even then you still have Brazy Hall is still taller and more athletic than KK Arnold or Ashton Shade or Nika. So really, you probably got to start Ice Brady this game just to see what she can bring. Um, at least for the first 4 to 5 minutes, see if she can handle that. But it's gonna be a game that UConn's got to play the best game of the season. They're gonna play the best game of the season for sure. They cannot play like they played against Notre Dame, or they would get ran off the court.
No, that's a fact, man. That is a fact, bro. They gotta lock in, and this is a tough environment for them to do so. Going into South Carolina, South Carolina don't lose. They only they what on a 50 game, 50 something plus like home win streak,
Yeah, I can't even remember the last time I was at home.
something like that. Like, yeah, no, their home arena, home court advantage is a real thing, and we've seen that with South Carolina throughout the years. Um, okay, I know you mentioned, the absence of Camila Cardozo and how um that might change the matchup, but how will South Carolina, make up for that loss?
Um, it might
Well,
be a
how do
more
you see
guard.
South Carolina making up for that loss, I should say.
It could be a more guard heavy um game for them. Um, I think they feel comfortable with Raven Johnson, Tina Pow, being able to create off the dribble for themselves and others. Breezy Hall as well, and of course you got Malaysia coming off the bench. So, um, I mean, they just saw Hen Hidalgo go crazy against UConn. So, I don't think they're going. I don't think they go into this game thinking that their guards can't, get what they want. Not saying that it'll be easy, but
Hmm.
they're gonna have full confidence that they can get to the spots they want and get the shots that they want.
Hmm.
Um, for South Carolina as a whole, I think their post players will still be really good. I think they'll still end up making a real impact. Curious to see who guards Aaliyah. They'll
Yeah.
probably play on her because she's a little bit more athletic,
Yeah.
and see if Aaliyah can bat that, because it would have been interesting to see the Cardoso and Edwards matchup,
Oh
because
yeah.
um, they're both top 5 to 6 picks in this draft coming up. So that would have been interesting to see, especially with Aaliyah playing the five. She won't play the five in the W. So, but it would have been interesting to see how she would have fared in a matchup like that.
Hmm.
Um, four when she gets to the league, so she can play a 4 and a 5, but she'll probably play more, wait, a lot more four when she gets to the W. So it'll be interesting. It would have been interesting to see how that matchup went, but I think this matchup, um, Aaliyah Edwards can find ways to combat it. Ashlyn Watkins is a player that relies on her athleticism a little bit. She's done better this year at not fouling as much, but there are times where she gets, it's like kind of like Cameron Brink, where I feel like I can go get that, so I'm gonna try to go get it, and you get yourself into some trouble. Um, and then for Chloe Kitts, I think if you're playing Paige, she's gonna find ways to combat that. She's not a she's not way more physical than Paige is, but she's gonna be able to shoot over top of her without any real hesitance or any real
Hmm.
problem. So it'll be interesting to see how they, choose to play on offense. If they try to seek out mismatches, or if they just play their game and just let things flow.
Yeah. Um, Another thing that South Carolina has over UConn at the moment is depth. Like they have that great depth coming off the bench, like you mentioned, Malaysia Fowali. Um,
Tessa Johnson,
yeah, Tessa Johnson. I was trying to think of the other girl name.
Sanaya Fagan,
No, it's Sanaya Jada, right?
she's out.
Oh, she's out. Never mind him. But I mean, no, I mean, top to bottom, though. I mean, we've talked about how well this team is structured and how well this team has been built and how anybody top to bottom can come in and affect the game. Um, so yeah, that's just one thing to note that South Carolina does have great depth, whereas UConn has had their great deal of injuries this season and don't have the luxury of having depth, you know? Like they really run like what they run like a 7, 8 man rotation, if that.
If that, yeah, they play Cadence sometimes. Um, Ice Brady comes off the bench. That's pretty much it. They don't really play anybody else off the bench.
Hmm.
Unless they're in a blowout, of course.
Right, right. All right. Say UConn wins. How big of a win this is for UConn?
That was huge. Be the biggest win they've had in a couple of years. I would say biggest win since Final Four win.
Yeah.
Uh, Hold on, let me double check this Sanaya Jock, because I know she was injured before. She could be back now. But I do think I don't want to make it seem like they don't have a chance, because anybody has a fighting chance when you step on the basketball court.
Oh, for sure. Like we've seen that this week actually. Who won? Trying to think of who won this week.
BYU just beat Baylor last night. Okay, so Niger is playing. My bad.
Okay.
I think I got, but
Didn't
she,
LSU lose to somebody, or maybe that was a couple weeks ago.
but she doesn't play a ton.
Who did LSU lose to after they lost to South Carolina?
Not Auburn. They lost Auburn before that. Mississippi State.
I don't know why I thought Missouri beat somebody.
No, that was Mississippi State because Mississippi State's got Sam Purcell. Yeah. Um,
Okay, I must be thinking men's. Then I don't know, but yeah, man. Like I said, like we mentioned, great matchup ahead of us. I think too. Like, yes, I agree with you that if UConn does find a way to win in this game and on the road in South Carolina, Pat House, like, yeah, this,
it's
this
gonna be
like a turning point in their season. I feel. I mean, because they're going through the Big East right now. And I'm gonna say the Big East ain't no slouch, but it's like they're obviously ahead of everybody else in the Big East, and them playing a game of this magnitude at this point in the season, man, listen, bro, they're ranked 11 right now. They want to get South Carolina, they'll probably be ranked like maybe what in the top
top
five
five.
range.
Probably
Yeah, I would believe so. They would be deserving of a top five ranking. And then them riding off that momentum, that'll help them as far as like maybe a title run goes. Or I know we talked about, what can dang, what in the world? What can they do to what can they do to get back to being the UConn that we know them to be in and contending for a title? Um, but yeah, for South Carolina, I feel if South Carolina wins, it's another dub for them. This just means that much more because it's coming against another like a top 25 team, a top 15 team at that. They're going against number 11 right now in UConn, which is kind of tough. I mean, you can they're ranked 11, but they're like a top 10 worthy team. So
UConn. When you
yeah,
when you when you play UConn, that's
like the name itself, bro.
it probably don't get no higher than that right now.
Yeah. Like I
Even
don't think like when the last time we seen UConn unranked?
last year,
Okay, never mind then.
but that was like the first time since like it was a long time. It was like
Right.
really,
Okay.
but it was all them injuries last year. They lost like two straight, and it was like the first time they had lost two straight in a bunch of years too. So
Mm,
before last year, it was a long time.
okay. But yeah, no, just South Carolina being as dominant as they are running through the nation the way they have, running through the SEC the way they have, like I think this just continues to be an impressive output from them. Um, yeah.
Yeah, I think for UConn, if they win this game, obviously Elite Edwards have to play well, but it's gonna have to be a Pagebacker's game.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
After, and I don't want to get too down on the Notre Dame game, but she wasn't Page in that game.
No.
Last the two games after she scored 26 and 21, and she had 13 last night. Well, Wednesday night for people watching this. But I just don't know. I don't want because a lot of people are trying to make this about her mindset or like she's worried about getting injured. I don't know if it's that. I don't want to put words in nobody's mouth. I don't want to make it seem like it's a mental hurdle that she's trying to get over. I just think every reps
Oh,
that.
we just got a Woj bomb mid.
Oh
We just
yeah,
got a Woj bomb mid preview.
yeah. Just
Buddy Hield to the Sixers.
that ain't no Wolves bomb, bro. That's why I ain't say nothing. The Wolves bomb, All Stars traded, All NBA players traded. Buddy Hield is neither of those.
Man, he makes for a good rap line though. Shooting
Anyways,
like Buddy Hield. Let me stop.
anyways, um, I think Paige understand typically. Obviously, the Notre Dame game didn't go her way, but Paige understands moments,
Mm-hmm.
how important certain games are. I think she'll understand how important this game is
Yep.
for a lot of reasons. Um, I think if they're able to win this game, their confidence goes to an all-time high,
Yeah.
especially after the teams that they've played to this point, um, that are non-conference and the way they've played against those teams. I think this would be a huge, huge moment for them. I think the freshmen will be really important too. I think Ashlyn Shade has really, really been impressive this year. KK Arnold has had her moments. I don't think she's been bad, but I don't think like when you're looking at the other freshmen in the country, you were expecting her to be in that upper echelon. And I'm not saying she's not, but some other freshmen and even I think Ashlyn Shade is just a step above her right now. But she can obviously step her like bring that game to another level. I think it's definitely there. It just hasn't reached it yet. And I think it's just there's so many guards. Playing four guards at the same time is very, very difficult, especially when you're trying to get everybody to get some kind of rhythm. And Nika's playing point guard instead of Paige, and then Ashlyn Shade and KK are kind of point guards as well. Like Ashlyn Shade can play a little bit more off the ball, but KK Arnold needs the ball in her hands to be effective. So it kind of throws things into whack. But if they play the right way, that could be to their advantage. Being able to put four players on the court that can create and that can do something with the ball in their hands against. So if you do play the four guard matchup, who steps out and guards the guards? Like somebody, they probably put Chloe Kitts on maybe Nika Mule, unless she's playing point guard, or like I don't know. I'm interested to see what they do with that. If they do still play that four guard lineup, who does South Carolina? How does South Carolina choose to defend? Um, because the guards could take advantage of a bigger matchup on one side, and obviously South Carolina take advantage on the other side. Um, so that'll be a key for UConn is how Paige plays. If Paige goes out and gets 25, 30 ish, like they'll have a chance to win this game, in my opinion. But if she comes out and she's not, as focused or as lasered in as and locked in as she normally is, I don't think they will win this game.
Right, right. I don't know why I zoned out there. That's bad. But
You know what my favorite matchup in this game is, right? We may not see it a ton, but it's the first time. I'm pretty sure it's the first time that Paige and Tahina are on the court together. Because when Tahina cooked UConn a couple years ago, Paige was out. Tahina was giving him buckets. So I need to see that matchup just a couple times down the court.
no,
Just
for
like I
sure.
need to see Paige versus my battle when they was their former teammates. Obviously, Tahina is not a former teammate, but I need to see that battle. I need to see this one. Just a couple cross matchups. That's all. Just a couple.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Couple switches.
Yeah, that's it.
ISO clear out.
Guards, why not?
Yeah.
Hey, if I get a couple ISO clear outs, I probably won't be able to stand on my ankle, but I'll be I'll be sitting there like this, like
Like,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. But yeah,
That's the thing I
definitely
love about basketball, man. Like, get a good ISO, whatever. It's like,
the crowd stand up at the same time. Everybody
oh,
start nothing like it. It's nothing like it
it's not like it.
because no other sport you can do that. No other like he about to go 1-on-1 on the outside with football. They 1-on-1
Like, man, you got a 25% chance the quarterback gonna throw to you. Like,
literally
and then you
like
got
you got
another 50-50 chance. Then you got another 50-50 chance that you gonna catch the ball. Or you gonna have, like
or somebody
ball
else gets
might get overthrown, bro. You might have
right.
I don't know what quarterback I was about
Daniel
to
Jones, Daniel Jones, Daniel Jones.
I have David Jones that overthrow the ball or underthrow the ball, whatever.
It's a lot of quarterbacks. I could name a lot right now that would do that.
I was gonna say Dak. That was gonna be the first quarterback I was gonna say.
Don't do Dak. Dak can throw.
Man, listen, I
That
ain't gonna
that's
lie.
that's
Dakota shut me up this year, low key.
low key.
I mean, I
Only
still tripped when they lost. They ain't make it to no. They ain't playing on Sunday. So until
it's,
then, I ain't shutting up until then.
it's 30 teams that's not playing on Sunday. So that means you can say that about every quarterback. including your boy Lamar.
No, I mean, well, he did throw a pick at the end of the game.
He threw a lot of. He had some overthrows too now.
Triple coverage.
He had some overthrows too now.
I mean, we don't need to talk about that, man. We don't need to talk
I'm
about
just saying, you was gonna bring up Dak. You
we
got
need
to
to talk
bring up Lamar too. Don't be a hypocrite now. Don't be a hypocrite now.
Hey,
I'm just
hey, Lamar about to have two of them MVPs. How many Dak got?
how many rings they both got. Zilch. So the
You right.
MVP only take you so far.
Nah, you right. You right. But
Got
hey,
to get it done.
back to the subject. All right. What do you think is the outcome of this game? What's your prediction?
You go first.
Oh, damn. Okay.
I need time to think. I need time to think. I need time to
All
think.
right. Well, I don't know. Part of me wants to be on upset alert, but I don't think this is the game for that. Uh, I just think South Carolina just a level above UConn. I say that respectfully, like I love for both teams, but just some of the current climate, talk about how South Carolina is at the moment, how dominant they've been, how well Donna's coached these girls. Like this is all coaching. Like you have all the talent in the world, but you got to coach it right. We've seen that time after time, and that's what she's done this season. Um, Especially for them that I have like one like sure star like they've had in the past. They don't got a Aaliyah Boston now, they got a Asia Wilson nowadays. They got a South Carolina Gamecocks women basketball team though that is stacked from top to bottom. And I think that should go. I don't think that should go unnoticed because Dawn has done a good job, and Dawn gets this credit for the job that she's done there. Like um, she gets overlooked, and part of being a good coach is recruiting. Like we've heard the recruiting stories from Dawn and from other players about how Dawn made me feel at home, this, that, and that, whatever. She treats me like I'm one of her children, whatever. Like we hear the recruiting stories, and we just seen it time after time again. She's been one of the top coaches with one of the top teams for the last going on what 7, 8 years now. Yeah, because they won the championship 2017. So yes, like yes, last 8 years at least. So well, shoot, last 10 years because they got Asian, and they got Asian with 2014.
Yeah.
Come on now, you get the number one recruit in the country, stay home. That don't happen often. But
She
you see,
must need something.
but,
Cause
but
how
you
you
but you
cause how you
see,
Temple and you like, yeah, I'm going to South Carolina. What does she know about high school women's basketball in South Carolina that nobody else knew at the time?
I don't know, man.
She came here and was able to
Well,
get
South Carolina, man. I
fifth,
never listen. I say
fifth.
this all the time. I never would have imagined South Carolina running things in basketball because growing up, I didn't know about South Carolina basketball growing up. No, I was a Duke fan growing up. I'm sorry. Duke was on my TV.
She
North
said,
Carolina, everybody in the city was either Duke or North Carolina. And that came down from whatever. Everybody in class was Duke, North Carolina, or like if your parents from a different state or went to like Ohio State or whatever for college or West Virginia for college, like you were a fan of them. But like close to Carolina, that was football. Basketball, we don't got nothing to say about it.
well, we only care about that game one time a year in South Carolina.
Exactly. Like it's not even a rivalry in basketball, man. Like it's Clemson and Carolina playing cool.
Right.
And it's to the point. I mean, like it's Clemson people that support South Carolina basketball.
That'd be me. I mean, not support, but like I root from
Like you
afar.
rock with them, yeah, yeah.
But
But
everything else, smack them. Except Spencer Rattler, that's my guy, and
bro
Mario
hit the
Anderson.
golf tee for no reason.
But
I said, bro hit the golf tee for no reason.
hey, they chose to go there.
Bro hit the badminton squad. He was like, "Oh y'all play badminton for Carolina." Give him a stink look. But nah, man. It's just been special what South Carolina been able to do the last decade or so in terms of women's hoops. The product, the talent that they've gotten to the league, um, the talent that they just had, the talented teams and stuff too. Um, it's just been amazing to watch. But I say all that to say, my prediction. Um, I got South Carolina. I got South Carolina.
By how much?
I think it'll be like a close game, but it won't be like a blowout either. So it's like, maybe like a 7 to 10 range. I don't think it's a high scoring game either, though. I'm thinking like 60s. Yeah.
Mm,
South Carolina well, they don't got the line out yet, but yeah, I'm taking South Carolina.
part of me wants to go say Page gonna have a great game. Page gonna drop 30 plus. They gonna get a dub. But the the unbiased basketball watcher in me has seen both of these teams play all season.
Hmm.
So that that's what makes me know, or not know, but makes me feel like South Carolina wins this game. I think Camilla not being there will play a role in how this game plays out, but I think Dawn and that team is just too put together, too well put together. They're all on the same page. I think they'll understand what they need to do, and understand how they can still take advantage of certain matchups and things like that. So I think South Carolina wins by around the same range you said,
Hmm.
maybe a little bit more, maybe like 12-ish.
Okay.
I think a close loss for UConn. It's not the worst thing in the world.
Yeah.
I think they can keep it close throughout the game. They lose, last couple minutes. They don't play the way they should have. Um, I think there's some things they can walk away with that they'll be proud of, but I just don't see it. I don't see it. Unbiased. I can't see it unbiased. Biased, I can say, hey, Aaliyah Edwards of Page gonna go crazy. But is that actually gonna happen? Probably not. Not saying that they won't have great games, but
Hmm.
I think they'll both play well. But I just don't. I don't think it's gonna happen.
Word. But yeah, there you have it, man. UConn, South Carolina, Sunday afternoon. Go a little pregame before the big game, but I feel like this game bigger and better. It's my humble opinion. It's just missing a halftime performance. That's all.
Let's see who in South Carolina. Kalante Gap. Let that man go out there and sing. I went to high school. He's a gospel singer.
Okay. I was gonna
He
say tell Coco Jones to come home.
Oh, I didn't know she was from South Carolina.
Yeah, she's from Columbia.
Let Plies go out there and rap.
Facts.
Shout out to Plies, man.
Shout out to Plies, bro. Big South Carolina fan. Biggest South Carolina fan out there, man. This would be the game for him to go to.
Facts.
I hope he pulls up.
I'd be surprised if he didn't, to be honest.
Honestly. That boy Plies, man. What's clean Plies lyrics I could sing? I can't sing no clean Plies lyrics at the moment. Anyways, man, thank y'all for tuning in.
Appreciate that.